going on, guys? I'm back with another SpongeBob review, and today we're going to be talking about a pretty mixed bag when it comes to this franchise, Sponge Out of Water. With the story, it gets points for being very different compared to the show and other installments in this film's franchise, feeling almost like a very dark and untapped potential episode. This separation allows it to feel like its own distinct entity, but it does come with the downside. Several subplots that have already been addressed in the show, such as Plankton's quest for the secret formula and to take over Bikini Bottom, the main crew leaving Bikini Bottom to go up to the real world, our main group turning into quote-unquote superheroes, as well as SpongeBob teaming up with Plankton. There's just a bunch of things we've already seen before. Now, a positive aspect to the plot is its constant action and minimal downtime. Each act is filled with various events and themes, including fantasy, sci-fi, time travel, heist-esque, if you will, action, a post-apocalyptic setting, a buddy comedy, and some superhero elements as well. However, and it's kind of difficult to put into words, it's challenging to pinpoint specific issues with the story or the film as a whole. It feels somewhat odd and occasionally off-putting. Unlike the first film, which presented a sense of lack of safety and coupled with great humor, this installment lacks the same level of risk and unpredictability, where everything feels almost like a big joke. While some may not mind the lack of seriousness, because SpongeBob typically isn't meant to be taken extremely seriously, I would have appreciated more focus and a cohesive narrative similar to the first installment. As for the characters, the film features all your favorite sea creature friends, including Mr. Krabs, Sandy Cheeks, Patrick Star, Squidward, and the usual local extras who pop up in almost every episode. However, this primarily is a SpongeBob and Plankton movie. The creators give our main group tasks that complement the story and play a good supporting role to SpongeBob and Plankton, allowing us to see them in action. I appreciated the subtle character development they gave to Plankton in this film. They didn't necessarily reinvent the wheel, but they enhanced his menacing character and added a touch of sweetness by showing him learning about teamwork, which is a concept that he doesn't really believe in, as we all know. They create an intriguing dynamic between SpongeBob and Plankton, despite their vastly different personalities, which works surprisingly well. Now, my only real issue with the characters is the main antagonist, Antonio Banderas' Burger Beard. His portrayal is certainly unique, but the way they wrote him in almost feels tacked on and unnecessary. While he does provide some entertaining moments, I yearn for the crew to face Plankton as they usually do. As for the script, it's still pretty self-aware as usual, still being quite funny and over-the-top silly. This film seems to be more aimed at adults with the more mature jokes. However, it didn't quite live up to the humor to the first installment or even the show. There are some decent chuckles all throughout the film, but the jokes that don't land do miss pretty bad. As for the animation, they truly went all out, feeling almost Fantasia-like in certain moments. At times, it felt like an acid trip, but I can appreciate the wackiness it brings, adding more personality to the film. Some sections can be quite trippy, yet oddly satisfying to watch, thanks to the clever combination of stop-motion animation and the live-action blended with the 2D animation and CG as well. While the film predominantly has its 2D look, I appreciate the slight improvement in the quality compared to the first film. The first film looked exactly like the show, but this film added small details to the backgrounds and the characters, incorporating subtle shadows to enhance depth, making it appear more like a film rather than a show. They also incorporated some truly captivating sets amidst all the diverse scenes, adding a touch of personality to the film. Overall, as mentioned, this film is very weird. It's tough to really pinpoint what's exactly wrong with it, because it's far from perfect and not even close to the original. But, in its own way, it still kind of does the job. Sponge Out of Water gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Let me know what you think about Sponge Out of Water in the comments below, and stay tuned for Sponge on the Run. See you guys in the next one.